Um, okay, so now to render this in D5 Blender, first things I'm gonna do is select everything and I'm going to isolate. And I'm going to draw a line. Let's see from this creeping plane over here to kind of all the way out here. And I'm gonna do the same things from this 0, 0, 0 point as well. So L, enter, and 0, enter, and that will start from this 0, 0, 0 point, and then draw straight line out this way. So then I can measure the distance between these two lines, and that to figure out the location of the section clipping plane in D5 Blender. Okay. So then I'm going to disconnect from the BPN over here first. And I'm doing this because I'm off campus. But I'm gonna click on this D5 Live Sync, left click on that. So when this menu pops up, I'm gonna click on the Sync Local project, and I'm going to navigate to the one that I made for the floor plans, which is probably somewhere over here. This one, open. Okay, here I'm just going to close this, and then I am going to click on this liner model, replace end link, and then hopefully that will give me the D5 Blender file that I was working last time for the floor plan. So I'm going to kind of do this, split the screen between these two. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like that's kind of what I had for the floor plans. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to File over here and click on the Save As, and I'm going to save this for section. And save. Yeah. So now I have this D5 Blender file saved as for the sections. I can start working on it. What I will do is I'm going to disable this clipping plane first. Let's see. Oops. Over here. So I'm going to disable this clipping plane over here. And then, yeah, show everything over here. And I'm going to hide all these functors because I don't want to render functors in this section view because it doesn't look good when you're cutting through the sections components in here. So so that looks fine, and I'm going to hide this section plane as well. And I have to create new section planes. And to do that, I'm just gonna do the same things I did last time. I'm just gonna kind of make this big box over here so that I can attach the section plane to this surface in D5 Blender. So left click, add sections, section planes, and click on the click on that surface over there. So that looks fine, I think. So over here, I just have to click on the affected by light. So click on that, and fill as well, so that you can kind of see this. Now, if I go to the top view in Rhino, let's see. I'm going to show the distance between these two lines, and I have to make sure this project is on, as well as the measuring in the millimeters over here. And if I measure from here to there, that's 11,366 millimeters. So then I can go back here and uh, type that number in here, and that will be somewhere over here. So that means that's minus 11,366.092 over here. So that should be the same location as the creeping plane that I have in Rhinospace. Yeah. So then I'm going to actually isolate this again um, over here. Yeah. Okay. Now next things I'm going to do is click on this cameras, go to the front view. Let's see. So that view is not the one so I have to go to the back view over here. And then now I can kind of go back in here and look at this. I can click on this previews to look at it. Yeah, so this probably looks okay. Uh, I might want to adjust uh, certain things. So I think this angle seems to be okay. 25. Yeah, no. I think 225 seems okay there. Um, I think sunlight intensity could be a little bit lowered, I think. Uh, Maybe a little bit that way. And I think also the exposure could be slightly higher, I think, uh, to get a little bit more whiter textures. And of course, um, I forgot to hide some of the things. So I forgot to hide those doors over here. So let me activate this top planes again and show selected to bring back these two roof geometries. And I'm going to hide. Oops. I'm going to hide show selected to bring these things back. And I'm going to hide those doors in Rhino. Okay. I think that's all I have to do over here. Yeah, okay. So then going back to D5 renders, hide this geometry as well. And going back to this D5 renders, click on the back. Looks fine, I think. Um, Preview to see it a little bit white. Effect of it. Sure. Environment. So I think that let's just say this looks fine for what we are trying to do. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Yeah, so then I'm going to render this. And before I start rendering that, I'm just gonna make sure I save this file first. And then click on this image. I'm gonna render this in a 16K, making sure this channel is checked. And then maybe zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, probably something like this. And then I'm going to hit render. And I'm going to save this as a section one PNG file format and save. Okay. Um, so now I have the rendered, I have the renderings of the sections over here. So I can put this into the section drawings in Illustrator, but first I actually want to cut out where the window glazings are in this case. And so to do that, there's something called a transparent PNG over here. So I'm going to, and you can possibly, you can you can skip this step if this is not something you want to do, but just maybe it's probably good to know how to do this. And you probably know, I guess, how to do this from um, the last semesters. But if I have these two files open, over here, I'm gonna go to the layers over here, right click, and I'm gonna change this to change the name of this layer to something else. It doesn't quite matter what it is at this point. And right click on the duplicate layers, and I'm gonna click on this section one PNG. So I want to copy this into this file. So choose the name of this file over here, click OK, and I can close this uh, file. Now I have these two files exactly at the same spot. And what I want to do is click on this Magic Wand tool. And I'm going to click on this um, uh, continuous, or this could be actually unchecked over here, and making sure that I'm on this layer and click on left click on that this window portions of it that will select all the windows that we want to see over here. And then I'm going to hide this and then click on this layer, and I'm going to just hit delete button over here. So that will delete all the grazing portions of this renderings. And then I can type Control D to deselect what I had over here. And then I can save this file. Um, so then I'm going to save this file. So file, save, actually. So file, export as, and I'm going to save this as a PNG file. Okay. So the format should be PNG, and I need to make sure this transparency is on and click export. And I'm gonna save this into a folder on the desktop hybrid sections and save. Okay, so now I'm gonna close this. Sure. Okay, so then now I'm gonna go to the folder that I saved um, the background image. So this is a section drawings that I created earlier. And then I can just bring this section in over here. And I'm going to scale this down by pressing Shift and left click on one of these corners to scale this down over here. And I'm gonna name this layer for this image as image. Oops, image. And then this layer have to be at the bottom of this layer list uh, so that I can see all the lines over there. And let's see, I'm gonna lock all the other layers so so that I'm not moving anything. And let's see. That kind of looks decent-ish over there. Maybe a little bit there. Looks better. Okay. Right. That's probably decent. Let's just say. Okay. And then yeah. So then I'm going to reduce the opacity to maybe like for this, maybe 45 or 75. Uh let's see what that would end up. Yeah, I mean that kind of looks okay. Maybe I'll just keep that at the 75. Um 75 over here. 7, 5. Okay. um yeah. So maybe I can keep that, or I could go lower to uh I could go lower to 45 as well. Um yep. Um and then one last thing that I want to do is right now, so in this image right now, like I see all these kind of like background, right? Like everything, and I don't really want to see any of that. So I'm going to just use this medium layers. So this is the kind of medium layer that goes around the exterior of the buildings, I think. And I'm going to just create um, this rectangle, kind of like this. And then I'm going to select this outline of the building as well as this rectangle, both of them together. And I'm gonna go to Object and click on the live paint over here and click on Make. So in this way, I can paint over here to hide all these like background images. So to do that, I just have to go to the if I left click here and hold, there is a live paint bucket tool over here. So I'm gonna select that. And then I'm going to change this color to white over here and then click on this frame. And I'm going to make that to none. And then if I left click over here, that hides everything kind of in the background. So then this, I'm gonna create another layer for this, and I'm gonna call that just image 2 or white out. I'm just gonna call this white out. And then I'm going to put this white out portion to this layers, and that has to be go on top of this image layer. Yeah, so then like, everything kind of this hides everything in the behind, and you can just see the interior of the sections. So that will kind of help us get a sense of the depths in the space. Yeah. And then, sometimes like when I look at these things, like I realize there's like kind of mistakes and things like that. So I usually just kind of go around. So this is a wall hatch. So I don't actually need any of these things over here. And I don't need this line as well. So I might just actually delete that too. But so those things are kind of part of what we have to do to clean up these drawings. Yeah. So I just wanted to show you this. So this is different kind of render type of the section as well. So in this over here, I'm kind of continuing the white space outside of the section drawings into where we are cutting through the walls as well. So here, there is no wall hatch per se, and all these the lines that's separating the materials is shown as a dashed lines. And this might be you might heard about the expression of how when you cut sections, you should draw it like your pen doesn't leave the papers. And so that means like, you kind of like draw it like this and like you are drawing it all the way through. So then by the time you finish drawing it, there is complete circle or the as you draw the sections. So this comes from similar thinking from that. So these are two different kind of the style of the sections that you could create. And I'm not gonna go into show you how to do this, but like I think you probably can figure out how to do that. If this is something you wanted to do. And yeah, and that might be fun. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, so that's how you can create this hybrid section drawings. Thanks.